I'd like to commence this video with a request. For those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions, especially if my guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, I kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering my presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore my Patreon support tier or check out my various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. You can find the link in the bio and comment section below. Thank you for considering and supporting me.
Bruins versus Leafs. My team pick is Bruins money line. The Bruins couldn't capitalize on their home ice, falling to the Maple Leafs by a score of 3-2. Morgan Geekie and David Pastrnak each scored for the Bruins, but they couldn't score past the first period. Linus Ullmark kept Boston in the game, making 30 of 33 saves in the effort. Toronto gained a huge advantage with a win in Boston yesterday, and Austin Matthews finally came alive in the playoffs. He contributed in all three of Toronto's goals with 2 assists and scoring the game winner late in the third period. Max Domi had a goal and an assist while Ilya Samsonov made 27 of 29 saves in a great effort. I have faith that the Bruins will win this series, so I'm going with the Bruins every time. Should they win 4, we will be up in this series. Toronto has won only once in their last 9 games against Boston, and the Bruins have beaten the Maple Leafs 3 times in a row at Scotiabank. Ironically, Boston has a better record on the road than the Maple Leafs do at home. The last game was the first time Boston failed to score 4+ goals against the Leafs in 5 games, and I don't expect the trend to continue. I'll take Boston as the underdog on this one. My total pick is over 5.5 goals. I'm still waiting for the offensive surge of the Maple Leafs, and I believe Boston will have something to prove in this contest, causing them to shoot early and often. This competition will be fierce, as Boston looks to get back on track with a win while Toronto wants to keep their advantage with a win at home. Samsonov looked impressive in his first couple starts, but I don't believe he can replicate his excellence to the level he displayed on Game 2. Nylander will provide an added boost to the offense for Toronto, and I expect there to be some more power play opportunities as the intensity increases by the game. Knights versus Stars. My team pick is Dallas Stars. 2 of the 4 goals that Vegas scored in Game 1 were on the power play, which was the only 2 power plays of the game for the Golden Knights. Mark Stone scored 1 and new line-mate Tomas Hertl scored the other in his playoff debut for the Golden Knights. Jack Eichel and Noah Hanifin both had a pair of assists for Vegas. Hertl and Hanifin were 2 trade acquisitions for the Golden Knights at the trade deadline, while Stone was on the injured list until Monday, following a lacerated spleen on February 20th. Logan Thompson started in goal for Vegas in Game 1, stopping 27 of the 30 shots he faced in his postseason debut. Adin Hill is expected to see action in goal for the Golden Knights, possibly on Wednesday or for sure during the series. Last season in the Western Conference Final, Hill had a 1.99 goals against average with a pair of shutouts against Dallas. The Golden Knights' blue line played much better when staked to a first period 3-0 lead despite giving 2 goals back before the end of the period, but would allow just 1 goal over the final 2 periods. The Dallas Stars won the Central Division title this season and have one of the NHL's most well-rounded teams at each end of the ice. But let their home ice advantage get away with a loss in the opening game to Vegas. Jamie Benn, Mason Marchment, and Jason Robertson scored goals for the Stars on Monday. However, the usually tough blue line play and goaltending of Jake Oettinger was not up to standard on Monday. Oettinger, who prior to Monday's loss, allowed 2 goals or less in the 10 of the previous 11 games he started, gave up 4 and made just 11 saves out of the 15 shots he faced. Oettinger must improve his save percentage, and the Stars' defense, who gave up 2 goals in a 40-second span in the first period, cannot have lapses of those types in Game 2 or will be down 2-0 heading to Game 3. One game will not determine the season, but Dallas needs to win this game more than any other it has played thus far in the 2023-24 season. Dallas will be on its home ice where during the regular season the Stars won 26 of 41 games. Dallas goalie Jake Oettinger did not play up to his standards, allowing 4 goals and only 15 shots on goal. Oettinger had held 10 of his previous 11 opponents to 2 goals or less before Monday's loss. Dallas has won 12 of its last 15 and entered this postseason as the top seed in the West, while Vegas was the 8th seed, knowing only in the final week if it would even play in the postseason. The Stars' attack, led by Wyatt Johnston, Jason Robertson, and Joe Pavelski amongst others, along with the defense led by a mix of young talent and veterans, will regroup and win at home convincingly on Wednesday. My total pick is under 5.5 runs. Jake Oettinger, who had a goals against average of 2.72 during the regular season in 54 games, will play well on Wednesday. Dallas has had the total finish under in 8 of the last 10 games and in 6 of the last 7 games that the Stars have played on their home ice. Kings versus Oilers. My team pick is Oilers money line. Kings are coming off a rough first loss against the Edmonton Oilers on Monday with a final score of 4-7. The Kings Monday showed that the Oilers are not going to fall into the Los Angeles style of defensive hockey that the Kings are used to. Instead, LA was met with a strong offensive force and was forced to abandon their defensive gameplay for a more faster-paced game. We will see if the Kings can return it toward their pace tonight and go back to their season average of 2.56 goals against per game. Cam Talbot should get to start again in net versus the Oilers for Wednesday's match. Talbot in his outing against the Oilers finished with 38 saves on 44 shots on net, resulting in a goals against average of 6.05 and a save percentage of .864. While Talbot did allow a lot of goals, he did also face a lot of shots on net and was not helped by his defense in that aspect. The Edmonton Oilers are coming off a huge win on Monday against the Kings with a final score of 7-4. Edmonton forced the Oilers to play their brand of fast-paced hockey, and the Oilers came out the better team. Edmonton showed yet again how well they play at home as they now increased their goals per game average to 4.80 in their last 5 games played at home. Edmonton showed how well their power play has been this season as they go 3-for-4 on the power play. Stuart Skinner should be starting in net against the Kings on Wednesday. Skinner in his match against the Kings made 33 saves against 37 shots on net with a goals against average of 4.00 and a save percentage of .892. While this was not the best outing for Stuart Skinner, his team continues to bail him out even if he has a poor performance. However, much like Cam Talbot, the goaltender is just taking too many shots to the net allowed by his defense as a result of poor defending and their fast-paced gameplay. The Edmonton Oilers are much more favored than they were in the first game of this series, so I do not feel comfortable laying the -190 for their money line. However, there is a lot of value on their 3-way money line for them to win in regulation at almost even money. The Kings are going to attempt to make a push to tie the series, but I do not think they have the offensive pace to keep up with the Oilers, especially when they are playing at home. The Edmonton Oilers are 6-4-0-0 in their last 10 games against the Kings at home in the playoffs, and this record stays the same for games won in regulation as all 6 wins resulted in regulation wins for the Oilers. I am taking the Oilers to win it in regulation on the 3-way money line. My total pick is over 6 goals. The Edmonton Oilers have an over-under record of 4-1 in their last 5 games versus the Kings in the playoffs. This is a total that the Oilers could very well reach on their own without the help of the Kings. While the Kings are going to make a push to tie the series, it will be hard to suppress the Oilers' offense enough to keep it under 6 goals. I am taking the over at 6.